I suppose tonight has become a much anticipated event on the Homestead calendar, and what's nice about it is that I suppose throughout the year it's the cared for that are always centre stage, and so tonight it's all about the carers. So start off by giving yourselves a big round of applause. So again, that's what tonight is all about. It's about recognition. It's about saying thank you, really, and just taking a moment for us all to sit back and say, look, you know, look at the group that's here in front of us, and to say thank you to Michael and Danette Connolly as well. And I think in a way it's become so much part of Waterford because of their excellence, which obviously just trickles down through the whole organisation. And knowing them as I do, and particularly Danette, I think her own personal passion and the way her voluntary work alone is testament to the passion that she has for this business, and indeed it proves that she is indeed a caring person as well. And Homestead is like an extension of Danette, I always think, and though she probably would never ever accept that, I think you should, Danette. So can we have a round of applause from Danette and Michael. And finally, the other thing that I've noticed with my involvement with these awards year on year is that the same names come up on the lists. Indeed, when we get to the length of service pins, I finally got a handle on some of the names, some of the more obscure ones. And that's because they've been here year after year. And any company that retains staff, and any job, I suppose, that retains staff like that in itself is a testament to its success. So could we welcome Danette Connolly to say a few words.
Good evening and welcome everybody. A special welcome to the carers, because tonight is all about the caregivers. And I'd like to at this point acknowledge the assistance of the judges that have helped me on the journey here of making our decisions tonight. We've also got a special guest. We've got Lorna from our Dublin office that's come down to represent Dublin, so welcome Lorna. And importantly too, there's some clients here in the room today, and that's extra special for us to know that we make that much of a difference to people, that they want to come out and share this evening with us. So tonight is about acknowledging the hard work and the dedication of the caregivers. Everyone is here not because they're motivated by financial rewards, but rather the heartfelt satisfaction of doing their jobs and what they do. Delivering quality home care is not an easy business. It requires great dedication by everybody that's involved. If the walls could tell a story, they would have some stories to tell. We've all had times of happiness, of sadness, times of worry and stress, through to times of joy. The journey of getting older and meeting the challenges that we would rather not meet is always a very challenging journey for people, and it's not an easy journey. Homestead Senior Care caregivers each and every day make that journey a little easier for the clients that they care for and the families of those clients. Tonight's about recognising the importance of Homestead Senior Care caregivers. And I'm just going to share with you, as part of the process, we get nominations and letters in from the clients, and I think this one kind of sums it up and will set the scene for the evening. To the attention of Homestead Senior Care. Regarding the nomination for Caregiver of the Year award, I cannot nominate any one person from the team who care for my mother. Each and every one of them has distinct qualities and attributes that bring a variety to my mother's care, which is important, as she's no longer socially active or act in many aspects of her life. Each and every one has gone over and above the job description in terms of delivering care, being interested in the individual and attention to detail. They have all done so many small but important things, and are accountable in ways, in many small but important and accountable ways in terms of encouraging her to be as independent as possible, yet maintaining dignity and quality of life. They are organised in the approach of her daily care, and I presume adhere to Homestead Senior Care procedures. I have not had any reason to question otherwise. Training is evident in how they carry out their personal care duties, and I've had not any reason to question any aspect of this either. I think this summarise why I can't pick out any one from the other. It would be unfair to do so. So I'll keep that anonymous for the family, but that says it all, and we'll move on now. I'll hand the mic back to Nicola and enjoy the evening.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Right, so having to judge awards, as I said, it's incredibly difficult, and there's a huge, I suppose, a varying and very diverse the things that you have to look at, and the individual factors that influence the decision as well. So these are the criteria that it was based on. I'll run through them very quickly, just so you get an idea of the kind of things. They didn't just, as far as I know, they didn't put them into a hat and pull them, although I think in a situation like this, that possibly would have been an option as well. But they had to look for evidence that caring is a passion and not just a job. Evidence that the caregiver was prepared to go over and above the call of duty, which I know many of you do every day. Evidence that the caregiver has helped their client maintain independence and to enjoy an improved quality of life at home. Details of training and how that training applied in the day-to-day job. And finally, a winning caregiver must be organised and adhere to Homestead senior care procedures. So what we've done is we've 6 finalists, and we're now going to call out the 6 finalists for the award, and we've asked them to come forward for a little presentation. So if we can prepare for that. And then at the end of the evening, one of these 6 people will be called as the overall winner. But let's acknowledge and celebrate our 6 shortlisted finalists. And we're starting with Omo, and that's Omo Adebokanola. Omo has been with Homestead since 2010, and in that time she's worked with 39 clients and 223 hours of service. And Omo, of course, has lots of experience in residential care. Before coming to Homestead, she was working for 9 years. They say she's a wonderful personality, and I'd say they love to see her coming every day. I bet you don't wear those shoes to work. Our next finalist is Kira Cox. We're all very glamorous this evening, look at this. Kira as well has been working at Homestead since 2010, and this is an astonishing figure. Over 4,000 hours of care to 129 clients. Good grief, fantastic. Our next finalist, please put your hands together for Eleanor Fox. Eleanor is one of the longest members of staff at Homestead, February 2009, and again, staggering figures here, 5,838 hours of care to over 50 clients. So well done, Eleanor, again. Well done, Eleanor. Moving on, our next finalist is Christina Kelly. Now, Christina is relatively new to Homestead, but again has huge experience in the area of caring. She spent 9 years working in a residential facility on a daily basis. And according to this, Christina used to show great interest in her clients, which is absolutely great. But the nice thing is as well, they say about Christina that she constantly liaises with the office and is always willing to step in if there's a scheduling issue. So people like you are very, very welcome, because all sorts of things happen on a day-to-day basis, as you can imagine. Right, and our next finalist, Fiona Menton. And Fiona is just after celebrating her birthday with Homestead. She was there since August 2012. 3,657 hours of care to 16 clients. And Fiona is best described by one of her clients who took time to nominate her as a great all-round carer. So again, and the 6th and last finalist is Claire Welsh. And again, as you can see, incredibly glamorous. It's one of the hearts survive of the elderly. I don't know how many elderly gentlemen you go around but as I said, I'm sure it raises a smile every day when you're around. Yes, since 2011, Claire has been with Home Instead, and 78 clients. They're the ones that haven't had a heart attack and keeled over. 3,776 hours of care. And it's also you're friendly and infectious. I'm sure you are. Well done. Congratulations. Well done. Okay. So there are 6 finalists. Give them a round of applause. Sitting there waiting for this moment. So I'd like to call on Nick Donnelly now, who sat on the judging panel. And you're going to come up, I believe, and you have the winner. He's got the envelope. I hope so. Oh, he has in his pocket. So there you go.
Thank you, Nicola. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, before I get to that moment, I think I'll drag this out a little bit, if you don't mind. It's a bit like being at the Oscars. But anyway, first of all, to Dinesh, to Michael, to Ray, and all the team, first of all, can I just say on my behalf how much an honour it is to be asked here this evening. I genuinely mean that. I represent business in the context of my role day to day, but I also had experience with my own father and the quality of care that he got before he died, and I know from our own family perspective how important that was. So I have no problem identifying with the importance of the evening, and again, my thanks. It's a great honour to be here. Some people might ask, why would somebody from business even want to be here? What's the connection? And I'd just like to say what struck me about some of the video clips and the things that were said this evening. 2 particular things stood out for me. One, somebody referred to you have to be a people person, and that's so true in business as well. So there is an obvious connection there. If you're going to be good and effective at what you do, I think being a people person is so important, and that certainly is a theme for me that shone through this evening. And the other thing is, and I think Nicola referred to it, is how important it is to be recognised. And whilst we might do what we love and enjoy and get great satisfaction from it, equally to be amongst your peers in an occasion like this evening, to be recognised by your own, that equally is important. And I think to even facilitate an event like this, and the way that it's done, and it's been done for a number of years, I think is hugely important. So well done again to Danette and the team. I think it's hugely important. I suppose also what I need to do before I forget it is to thank Anne and Barbara for their support to me, and we worked as a team in terms of selection. I have to say it wasn't easy. Of course it wasn't easy. But anyway, I've said enough really, haven't I? The moment has come. The drum roll won't be here this evening. The envelope is a little bit smaller maybe than the one at the Oscars, but there is a name inside. So just bear with me for a moment if you would.
Maybe we should give them all a clap while we're waiting.
And the winner for 2014 is Eleanor Fox.
Thanks very much indeed. And again, just to say, Eleanor has been with Home Instead since 2009. Just to recap, 5,838 hours of care to over 50 clients. And each person, as I said, she cares for is more than a client, and that's why they've said that Eleanor has become their friend. Eleanor, it's fantastic. Before you go, we have one more little thing. So I have to give this over here to Karen. And this is just, I suppose, something that's a bit of a surprise for Eleanor as well. So this is, does it need introducing? No? I think it will be pretty self-explanatory when you see it.
Discuss things that you're very good, I'd be very good. You tell her or ask her to do anything, she'll do it. After the bedrooms in the morning, in my room, she did my bed, and she did everything, made everything very comfortable, anything I want to be laid out. And, you know, very good, very good. She's so adaptable and everything, you know, and she could really, she jumped into things and started to fall even now, you know. She's great, she first, some things is great, and all of my comfort, all every morning, how did I sleep, how are you this morning, great, great.
Once again, on behalf of everyone, Eleanor, congratulations and well deserved.